Glad to have you back. It's time for lesson 41. God goes with me wherever I go. Today's idea will eventually overcome completely the sense of loneliness and abandonment all the separated ones experience. We are all separated. We aren't really, but we see ourselves as separated. I look like a separate being from you and from all those around me. And you may not agree with this, but maybe you will, that many of us feel lonely. We feel abandonment in some form. And when we are by ourselves, oftentimes people feel lonely. And the cool thing is, the more you do the course, the more you realize you don't need to feel lonely when you're alone, and that you are completely complete and full. So that is reason enough for me to keep at it. Depression is an inevitable consequence of separation. So are anxiety, worry, a deep sense of helplessness, misery, suffering, and intense fear of loss. So those things are natural as long as you see yourself as separate, as separated. The separated ones have invented many cures for what they believe to be the ills of the world. But the one thing they do not do is to question the reality of the problem. Yet its effects cannot be cured because the problem is not real. Now this is getting a little maybe confusing or convoluted, but let's keep going and see what makes sense, or if it makes sense of it. The idea for today has the power to end all this foolishness forever. And foolishness it is, despite the serious and tragic forms it may take. So people who feel alone and feel depressed, they might try to remedy this through drugs, through alcohol, through sex, through overeating, through overexercising, through just really unhealthy codependent relationships, maybe through religion. And the thing is, it feels real. The separatedness, the loneliness, the depression, it feels very real. I know, I've been there. But the beauty is, it's not real. It can go away. And the way to do it is not through all those things I listed before, but through the lessons that this book offers. Deep within you is everything that is perfect, ready to radiate through you and out into the world. That might be hard to hear. You may not believe that you're perfect, but you are. Deep down inside, you, the real you, not all this crap that's been covering up the true self that's within you. The true self that's within you, in the deepest part of you, that part is perfect, ready to radiate through you and out into the world. It will cure all sorrow and pain and fear and loss because it will heal the mind that thought these things were real and suffered out of allegiance to them. So in the belief that they're real, that's where the suffering comes, when we can let go of it and say, you know what? I choose not to believe those negative things anymore. And instead, I am choosing to believe that I am perfect and that I am connected. And from there, joy can come. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness because its source goes with you wherever you go. You can never suffer because the source of all joy goes with you wherever you go. You can never be alone because the source of all life goes with you wherever you go. Nothing can destroy your peace of mind because God goes with you wherever you go. It's always there. It's always in you, no matter where you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much weight you have lost or not lost, no matter how pretty you see yourself or not, no matter where you are on this planet or in your journey, no matter how successful you are or aren't in your mind, no matter how much education you have or don't have, God is with you and you are perfect. You are perfect. We understand that you do not believe all this. How could you when the truth is hidden deep within? under a heavy cloud of insane thoughts, dense and obscuring, yet representing all you see. Today, we will make our first real attempt to get past this dark and heavy cloud and to go through it to the light beyond. There will be only one long practice period today. In the morning, as soon as you get up, if possible, sit quietly for some 3 to 5 minutes with your eyes closed. At the beginning of the practice period, repeat today's idea very slowly. Then make no effort to think of anything. Try instead to get a sense of turning inward, past all the idle thoughts of the world. Try to enter very deeply into your own mind, keeping it clear of any thoughts that might divert your attention. From time to time, you may repeat the idea if you find it helpful, but most of all, try to sink down and inward, away from the world and all the foolish thoughts of the world. You are trying to reach past all these things. You are trying to leave appearances and approach reality. So remember, we're trying to get past what we perceive to be true, what our current perception is, those appearances. You want to get to what is real. And what is real is you are perfect. You are. You'll believe it one day. It is quite possible to reach God. In fact, it is very easy because it is the most natural thing in the world. You might even say it is the only natural thing in the world. The way will open if you believe that it is possible. This exercise can bring very startling results even the first time it is attempted, and sooner or later, it is always successful. We will go into more detail about this kind of practice as we go along, but it will never fail completely, and instant success is possible. Throughout the day, use today's idea often, repeating it very slowly, preferably with eyes closed. Think of what you are saying, what the words mean. Concentrate on the holiness that they imply about you, on the unfailing companionship that is yours, on the complete protection that surrounds you. You can indeed afford to laugh at fear thoughts, remembering that God goes with you wherever you go. What is there to be afraid of, to worry about, to fret about, if you recognize that God is with you, that the answers are with you, that they're all within? God goes with me wherever I go. God goes with me wherever I go. No matter what, even if you make a mistake, God is there with you, ready, waiting for you to turn to Him, to the source within, to the answers within. It's always there, always ready, always willing, always happy. Happy to see you. So, I like how it says, you can never fail completely. The way will open if you believe it is possible. So often the Course reminds us that all we need to have is a willingness. You may not do this exercise perfectly. There's no such thing as doing the exercise perfectly, but completely and fully, it may not happen for you right away. That's okay. Just have a willingness, and eventually your understanding will come, your mind will open, your heart will open, and you will feel that connection. I really hope you're feeling it already, and I'd love to hear about it. So, thanks as always for visiting, for listening. I'd love to hear from you, email or comments, either way. And I look forward to lesson 42 with you tomorrow. Take care.